Hello, brothers and sisters. Today I am here to spread the gospel and good word of our Lord and Savior, RN Jesus Christ. I'm just kidding, guys. What's going on? Today we're going to be taking a look at the one-man box in Animation Throwdown. First up, we're going to be taking a look at the legendary pre-combo card, One Man Musical. Alright, so this pre-combo card honestly is a pretty good one. This is probably one of the best ones of the new music ones, which took me by surprise because normally Kong doesn't release the good shit right away when the BGE first drops, but honestly, this is arguably one of the best ones of the new batch. There are a few other ones that we'll be taking a look at as the box is released that are also good, but as far as versatility goes, this is a great one. The attack is pretty good starting out at 16, and the HP isn't horrible at 15. What really makes it great though are its skills. You have 9 hijack there. Any pre-combo that has hijack is already a fantastic pre-combo that can usually work for you pretty much any time because it helps fight off those craze combos that a lot of opponents use to try to win matches, so that's really great to have. On top of that, you have 12 Leech, which will help immensely to keep this thing alive longer, while it uses its 8 Craze to build its attack turn after turn. So during the music bonus, this is going to be a fantastic card to have because it's going to be getting that extra shield, and it also has some extra bomb damage on it as well as part of the Battleground effect. Once that effect is over though, and it's no longer going on for music, this card is still going to be somewhat usable in a deck for defense. The 51 HP, it's not like amazingly strong, but it can survive a lot of cards. Like there's a few cards that can probably one-shot it that rely heavily on punches and the like. So it still potentially has a spot in your defense deck outside of music. It also is a great card to be running for Bob's Burgers in Siege on defense because of all of those skills that it has set up there. So all in all, it's a fantastic pre-combo card to have, and honestly, it's looking like this might be a pretty good box to dip into if you're gonna need to build a music deck. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's take a look at the items before we make a final judgment on this box. So as stated, let's take a look at these legendary items. First up is going to be the new music card, Courtney's Dad. Alright, so this is a brand new item they just added into the game for the new music Battleground effect going on. Stat-wise, it's pretty average. It does border on the defensive side a bit with 49 HP. The 12 attack, while not fantastic, it's also not horrible. Skill-wise, you have that 9 payback and 6 hijack. Both are great defensive skills, so that's why this is actually going to work pretty well in a defense deck. On top of that, you have the 12 leech there as well to help keep it alive even longer. So defensively, this is going to be a great item to be running in your defense decks for Rumble and challenges. Alright, and the next item in the box is Turn-In Jaff. This is an old music card from before, however, it is still, hands down, one of the best attack cards for music. I think it actually still is the best, hardest hitting attack card. I have to double check that compared to the newer cards, but it's up there. With 20 attack, it is phenomenal. Whatever combos you're making with this bad boy, it's hitting hard. The 35 HP is on the lower end though, so I would not recommend running this on defense unless you had no other options to run, as it can be one-shotted. While true, it is getting shielded a bit by the music bonus, depending on what your opponents open with, they still might be able to take it out, depending on if they have enough punch or something to break through that. That being said though, skill-wise, you have that 11 jab on it, which is great. You can use that jab to break through walls and shields no problem, so if you're not going to combo it right away, it works great for that. It actually works great for that reason in the non-refillable challenge and arena. You can actually see me utilize it in that aspect to that effect in my run up to the 2500 Secret Fight Club video that I will be uploading soon. I'll have that linked on screen when that's up live, and I will also have the link down in the description when that video is up as well if you want to check that out. This card also has 6 bomb innately. That bomb will get buffed up a bit by the music bonus while that is active, so you'll get a bit more bomb damage in there. The 10 cheer does go to musical cards as well, so if you're running an all-music deck, that is a great skill to have to try to buff up your card line. So all in all, this card is all power for the item. It's a great card to run offensively in your attack deck to just cause maximum damage and firepower. And the last legendary item in the box is Nibbler on the Roof. This card is going to be more defense than offense with its 53 HP, and its 11 attack, while not great, isn't horrible either, so you can technically run it on attack too if you want. Skill-wise, you have that 10 punch and 13 leech, so you will be dealing out some extra damage there on your opponents and leeching back up some extra health. Nibbler does make some pretty good combos as well as all the other ones. The combos you make with him won't hit as hard as the ones you would make with Turning Jeff or the like, but still, it is an option to run on offense, but it's also a fantastic option to run on defense as well because of all of that HP. And that's going to do it for all of the legendary items in this box. If you want to see all of the combos that you can make with all of these items, as well as all of the other music items in the game, be sure to follow my Facebook, because I'm going to go ahead and have a picture of the combo maps posted on there. So go ahead, the link will be down in the description. If you don't already, be sure to like and follow me on there. I update regular stuff on there pretty frequently about the game in general and just other fun stuff too, so be sure to check that out. Now let's take a look at the characters in the box. First up is the brand new legendary card, Meg Griffin. That's right, they finally made a legendary Meg card. Finally, Meg is cool. I mean, she's alright. I wouldn't go so far as calling her cool just yet. She has some really good combos, don't get me wrong, but there hasn't been too much support for her in the past, so I'd have to see more combos developed for her to make her really good. That being said, she does have a base attack stat of 12, which, again, nothing special. 46 HP, while not low, isn't exactly high either. She's like pretty average middle of the ground, which is pretty much on the dot to Meg's as a character. So if we look at her skills here, she has 7 Bodyguard. This is what's going to be really good for her, are her skills. That 7 Bodyguard is great. Bodyguard is always a good skill to have on defense or offense to protect your cards from extra errant punch and bomb damage, which is going to be really good considering those are the skills that are going on for both active Battleground effects right now. You do have 12 Leech built into her as well, which is really good to help keep her alive, and the 13 heal will not see too much use outside of an all Family Guy deck. That being said though, for Siege, she could be really good if you need an extra healer on there for Family Guy. But once again, she doesn't have too many great combos yet, so you're kind of limited in that regard for Family Guy. You can potentially go the drunk route with her or the art route. I believe she also has some athletic cards, which those are the three main kind of Family Guy tiers that most people run for Siege. So she has options, but the synergy isn't quite all there yet for combo. So she still has a bit of work to be done on her, in my opinion. Not to say she doesn't have potential in the future, but she still has some ways to go to be a highly sought after card, in my opinion. And the other character in the box is, once again, Philip J. Fry. Probably, if not the most sought after legendary character, one of the most sought after ones. So Fry is fantastic to have across multiple BGEs, music included, because you can make his super awesome Super Dance Squad combo, which is just brilliant. It has, if you're not familiar with it, be sure again to check out my Facebook for those combo maps, but just to give you some quick looks on it, it has a shit ton of wall. It has a good amount of cheer all that can go to all of your cards, not any particular trader show. And it has a crap ton of craze too. So it is a phenomenal combo to run during music. So Fry as a character in general, 18 attack is one of the highest out there for character cards, so most of his combos are hard hitting. His 38 HP is on the lower end though, so I usually don't recommend running him on defense. He's like a high risk, high reward. You can run him defensively if he does not get one-shotted and the AI does combo him, and you have a killer combo doing a crap ton of damage, but if he gets one-shotted, you're kind of boned. You can actually see an example of this in my last Rumble match video against King of American Burger Guys. I was able to one-shot quite a few Fries. Alright, skill-wise though, he does have that 7 payback, so if he does survive that first hit, he's going to be dishing out some payback damage, which is always good in a defense deck. He also has 10 boosts, so if you don't combo him right away, you do get 10 extra attack to bump that up to 28. That being said, I'd be very careful with that, because once again, 38 HP, not that high. He can die real easily if you're not careful. The 10 shield only goes to Futurama cards though, so you are not going to see much use of that outside of Siege, unless you're running an all Futurama deck, which for music you technically can. You can run all Benders, Fries, and Leela and have a pretty good music deck, because you got the Red Rods, the Super Dance Squads, and the Opera Leela, which are all just kind of support each other and do fantastically. I'm not sure how they're going to stack up in this Rumble compared to the previous one. That was kind of a great deck to have last time music was around. This time around, though, with those new combos, it might not hold up as well, but it's still a pretty sturdy deck if you can put together a deck similar to that. Also, just a great deck to run for Futurama if you want to run that in Siege, just to give you guys some ideas. And that's going to do it for the characters in this box. Now we're going to take a look at the epic pre-combos. First up is Playlist Meg. So this pre-combo is looking like it might actually be pretty good on defense this time around. The 10 attack is nothing special. 48 HP is pretty good for defensive wise. It's not over 50, which is what I usually look for in a defensive deck. Those are the stats I usually look for any card like that. I want the HP to be above 50, so it's less likely for it to be taken out in one shot. But with the added shields from music, that actually does kind of put that over that edge there. So at the free-to-play level, that could definitely work for that. And when I say free-to-play level versus like the pay-to-win level, like the way I'm doing that distinction is basically if you're like versus the whales that are spending a lot of money that have like completely maxed out quad fuse legendary decks versus say if you don't spend any money on this game at all, or if you only spent a little bit and you can't put together a deck quite like that, then the epic pre-combos that are like of this stature are not a bad way to go in your defense deck. I'm not gonna lie, there have been Rumble matches in the past where I've gone against free-to-play to light-spending guilds that have played epic pre-combos on me, similar to this, the high HP, that I have not been able to one-shot, and it's cards like that that ruin perfect 100 scores, so don't look down on these cards if you can't put together a full legendary deck. That's alright, these cards can work for you. Anyways, I'm going off on a tangent here. Back onto the topic of this card. Skill-wise, the Playlist Meg has 9 boost, which is pretty good to help bump her attack up as you combo down the line. As I said initially, her 10 attack there starting out is nothing special, but if you start making some combos, you can make her hit pretty hard. Her 9 punch does hit pretty nicely for that, so you are causing a bit of extra damage with that. And the 11 jab is great because you're going to be breaking through walls, and this card can break through the shields of your opponent's music shielded cards from the battleground effects. So all in all, she's a pretty solid epic pre-combo for during the active music BGE right now, so she is a viable option to run defensively at the free-to-play level. And honestly, if you don't have too many music cards to run offensively, if you need some extra pre-combos to fill out your deck, I would argue because of her skill set up there, if you play her right and strategically, you can actually make her work offensively as well. And the other epic pre-combo in the box is Tuning Fork. So this is another pretty good one, actually, for an epic pre-combo that can work wonders on defense and potentially offense if leveraged correctly at the free-to-play level. Even at the pay-to-win level on defense, because of its skills there, it might be good. 48 HP puts it really close to that 50 mark that I look for in a bare minimum for defensive cards. Plus, with the added shields from music, it puts it right over that. The 11 attack, again, nothing special, but she does have Craze there. 6 Crazed every turn to build that attack up if you can get her to live a bit. And you have that 8 Bodyguard on top of the Battleground effect shields right now, which makes her really viable for defense. She could actually take quite a few hits there while you build out your line. She also has the 11 jab, like the Meg epic pre-combo there, so she can be breaking through the music shields as well as walls. So all in all, another pretty viable one to run at the free-to-play level there. And honestly, at the pay-to-win level too, you might be able to run this on defense if you don't have any better options. Alright, so my final thoughts on this box. The one-man musical legendary pre-combo there is a phenomenal one to run during music. He works great on Bob's Burgers Siege, and once the Battleground effect is over, he'll still have some viable use outside of that as well. So all in all, already shaping up to look like a good rating off of that alone. Item-wise, even though 2 of the items in this box are old ones, because of the way Kong programmed the new combos this time, you can actually make pretty much almost all of the new combos with all of the cards in this box, so you don't necessarily need all of the new ones to be able to do well for a good music deck. So all 3 items here work. You have basically one hard-hitting one with Turning Jeff for attack. Nibbler, while more working towards defense, can work offensively as well to build out your attack deck. And then Courtney's dad kind of works on both there, with maybe a little bit leaning a bit more towards defense, but still not a horrible way to go for offense either. So all 3 items are pretty great items in my opinion, especially considering this is the brand new first box starting out for the Battleground effect, which I've never seen this from Kong. So that's already looking great there. As for the characters in the box, it's a huge plus that they're including the brand new Meg character card in it right off the bat. That's cool that you can get her right away. I did mention some concerns with her earlier, that they haven't really supported her too much in the past. That's not to say they won't support her more going forward. So she does have some potential there, so I do like that. And of course, you have your legendary Fry there, which you can never have too many Fries. So that's already another huge boon in favor of this box. And both epic pre-combos are actually runnable. Both are runnable at the free-to-play level and I would argue that they could potentially work at the pay-to-win level in certain situations too, in the right type of decks. So, looking at everything as a whole, it's got everything working for it between the items, the characters, and all of the types of pre-combos in this box. I can't really find too many faults with it at all, so I can't help but give this box a perfect 5 out of 5 Golden Turd rating. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please be sure to leave a like, and if you're new to the channel or haven't already, be sure to subscribe for some more box reviews and animation throwdown content. Till next time, peace.